So I went to put another super on, opened my boxes with my stored supers, filled out, and we found the worst case scenario. Wax moths have destroyed everything. So wax moths have destroyed our stored frames, so we have to rewax some of our stored frames so we can get some more supers on, and then also we're going to rewax some deeps in order to have a second brood chamber for a split that we're going to have to make here. So this is the process and how to re-wax your frame. First thing you need is a crock pot. I bought a really cheap one from our thrift store. Then we are going to use all that burr comb wax that we always scrape off. I always save it. And we're going to melt that down. In here. Shake it. There we go. So let that melt down. Alright, take your paint roller into the wax, onto the frame. Trying to get all the cells even down to the end. I like to double coat them. That way the bees have no reason not to draw them out. Turn it over, repeat. Nice double coat. And into the super box, do 400 more. So we re-waxed the frames. It's not the nicest day, but it's the nicest day in the next couple days. And I have to work all week. So we are going to put these on. So the frames were re-waxed the other night. I spray them down with sugar water. This just gets the bees a little more interested in visiting these frames right away. So each one gets pretty liberal spraying. That way it just draws those bees to the frame. And we're going to rinse and repeat. This one has some wax on it, so I'm going to make sure this one's more in the middle. One thing about being a backyard beekeeper and only having a handful of hives is it feels like every year I am just trying to keep up with the bees. Only having 3 or 4 hives. If something goes wrong, like wax moths per se, then all of a sudden I am behind because I do not have the equipment to have 16 frames just get destroyed like that. So this giant hive that I have, I am now running behind it. It needs these frames on it as soon as possible, and waxed frames are a lot better than frames that they're now going to have to build out. So it is what it is, though. Something that we have to work with. So I got 2 supers worth just so we're ready in case that other hive, that one actually has a lot of wax on that side. It's nice. The thing about spraying with the sugar water is it gets all over everything. So we're just gonna put that new super on that we sprayed the wax, or the wax into. Wouldn't that be nice? That we sprayed the sugar water onto. We're gonna put their old super on top. It's not very heavy. I'm talking a couple frames of honey in there. Again, we slowed this hive down when we split them. So pretty easy peasy on this one. Go back on top. I'm just going to take it, and just like that, now we have re-waxed the frames, sprayed sugar water on them, put the super on the hive, and now it's up to the bees to do the rest. They have to build out all that wax comb, and then they can start filling it with nectar from there. So that's how it is done.